is me, Nolan Winking, with a very exciting episode of the Knowledge with Nolan series. And today's episode is about space exploration and NASA. And space is the place! I'm really excited about this episode because I really love space. And just a little fun fact, my birthday this year is, the theme of it is gonna be space! NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So, aeronautics means like anything in the sky, basically like the air. So, they don't only do space and technology, they also do like planes and stuff. So, that's really cool, right? NASA, they've done so many things in 61, almost 62 years. NASA's been around since 1958. That's the year that they were founded. So many things. They have landed on the moon. They have looked at almost every planet in our solar system. And they've discovered so many things. And they do so much awesome stuff. It's crazy. One of the main things that's really helped them get into space and actually look at stuff are rockets. Now, I really love rockets, and whenever I get a chance to, I always play with my rocket toys because I just love rockets so much and love talking about them and like explaining the parts of a rocket. So first, the rocket has so much power that it can get out of the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, out of the Earth's atmosphere. And when they launch, they make like a sound, as you probably know. How they get up to space isn't just, it just launches and it somehow goes up there. It has different parts. So the first part is the launch part that it launches from and gets it halfway out of the Earth's atmosphere. The next part, it drops that launch part down and uses the next part, the fire engine. Not like, a fire truck, but it actually has like another rocket engine that blasts it up farther into space. So then it gets just a little farther out of the Earth's atmosphere. Next, they have the smallest part, actually this little part, this tiny little part here that launches the shuttle up into space. And then they turn that extra part off, and then it just orbits around the Earth. And then they don't really use shuttles anymore, and NASA's finding like different ways to land, like dropping this in the ocean, then retrieving it and putting it back on the launch pad so that it can mechanically go back where it was. And I think that's really cool, and that's so awesome. But they used to use shuttles, and you know how they land? Like an airplane! How crazy is that? They actually come down back into the Earth's atmosphere, and it almost burns up. So they have like these special types of tiles that keep the place cool, so then it doesn't burn up when it lands down like an airplane. Whoa, how did these satellites get here? Well, the next part, surprisingly, is actually going to be about satellites. So, satellites, they are basically the internet through space. Like, if they send radio signals up to a satellite is basically a mirror, and it basically researches about the signal, and then it sends it right down a second later, and then that's how it goes across the world. You can also go under oceans. That's how you get connections. But satellites are pretty much the main way now because it's the fastest. So that's how it goes with satellites. And there's some satellites look like this, some satellites look like this. There's all different kinds of satellites. But some of the main ones look like these. Floating around in space. But also the ISS, that stands for the International Space Station. And the ISS, actually I don't have a picture of it, but it kind of looks like this. So let's just say this is the ISS. And they have like all these extra pieces that go together that they have to build in space. That's how big the ISS is. Like, they can't put it on a launch pad like a rocket. They have to actually launch some of the pieces up into space and then build it and put it all together. And when something goes wrong, then an astronaut has to put all their suit on and all the helmet and all this stuff to float around with a string out of the door of the space shuttle to fix that part. So it's so crazy, and it's ginormous. It doesn't look like this, but this is kind of the shape, just to give you the idea. And it actually does kind of look like this. But it's ginormous. It's not actually this big. You know, it's so, like I said, it's so big it doesn't even fit on a normal launch pad that launches a big rocket. Crazy! And they don't hold that many people, actually. Most of it is just an air tank, right? Because they have to stay up there for like 2 years to study space. A lot of it is the launch and the returning back to Earth. And it's so crazy because not many people, such a big place, right? Kind of like an abandoned school. Yeah. And NASA is so cool because they use all this power to fire those rockets all the way up into the sky and space. And space is so cool because when they explore it, they always find something new that's in space. And space is always changing. And the universe is always expanding. And it's just so awesome because NASA has the power to launch rockets all the way up there, out of the Earth's atmosphere. That is so hard to do that. And it's just awesome. It's really unexplainable because it's so awesome. I hope you learned a lot about NASA and are excited as I am with space exploration. And thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see some of my other videos, go ahead and check them out, especially my YouTube channel, Nolan the Gamer. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys!